Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out Walkthrough Part 1 for Level 5 Pittsburgh. Woo! This is a big one. 16 artifacts, 4 comics, 4 training manuals, 4 Firefly Pendants, 2 Shiv Doors, 1 safe, and 10 optional conversations. Alright, so this is basically right at the beginning here. We're going to knock this dude off. Pow right in the kisser. Hello, meet some bricks. Oh, sorry about your face. And then we'll come make sure Ellie's okay. And then prepare ourselves because there's going to be a handful of baddies coming in. So real quick, you look in the corner there, you can see Comic 1 is down in the corner there. I just want to make note that she actually shows it to you in the cutscene before this video. So we didn't feel you needed to see something you've already done watched. And other than the fact that she says, hey, look what I found, it's a comic, weedy wee hoo. Not a lot to be taken from the scene. So we left that out for you. We'll make note of that now. And so when we get to the next comic that we actually physically pick up, it will be number 2, even though we've only seen 1 in this video. So, all right, now that that's out of the way, this video was rather lengthy. To give you an idea what was cracking, it was roughly coming in at about 45 minutes just for the first segment, which is Alone and Forsaken, as you can see up in the left corner. This whole video consists just of Alone and Forsaken, and it has more collectibles in this level than I think we've actually collected out of all of them combined so far. So most of them are optional conversations, and they will continue throughout the rest of this. Note, too, that the level 5 is where all of them are. They're not necessarily, not all 16 are all in this, and not all 10 are all in this, and you get the point. So I'm just blabbing while I'm blasting. It's a new fad that everyone's doing now. You should try it out sometime, blabbing and blasting. And chances are, if you're in your early teens and have an Xbox Live headset, you probably already do. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, all right, so we're cleaning house in here. Make sure you got everything. I picked up an extra bottle because, you know what, I like to drink. And nope, I'll switch it out for a brick because bricks hurt a lot more. And once we get out front, basically, there's a couple items you want to get, crafting items and such inside. But you'll come to a spot where there's a gate, and but before going to that, we're going to go ahead and basically pilfer everything we can, go through every drawer, go through everything. All right, open that up, find that. Oh, yeah. And we're getting pretty close to having it all. Ooh, don't forget them skizzas. All right, so now you can see Ellie standing there waiting in front of a gate. We'll go ahead and help her with that. Booyah. See that there? We slowed it down for you, too, because there's an important part coming up. So I know some of you see the sped up footage at times, or if you're new to us, you're wondering, oh, no, is he going to go right by something of importance? No, we will not. But what we will do is speed the video up a little bit so we don't waste your time, if you know what I'm saying. So, all right, we're getting to the first monumental moment of the video. And if you haven't figured it out already, there are fast-forward timeline links down below in the video description, as are all of our collectible videos. And here you can see optional conversation 12. And after the fight, enter the garage and talk to Ellie. So she walks up to this pile of bodies, and it can be real easy to miss because you can be running around the room grabbing stuff, but you're going to want to walk up to her and hit the old triangle and make it happen. Behind you on the shelf, you'll find Acquired Tools Level 2. Well, you won't find Acquired. You'll find the Tool Level Kit. Let's get out of here. Need to stop reading and talking. Smoke bomb. Woo! So we'll go ahead and take that because that'll be useful later. Trust me. A little Snoop Dogg in a can there. On the back side of the room, before advancing, you're going to want to pick up the artifact number 30, which happens to be the Tourist Manifest. Booyah kashow. It's ours now. That's right. All right, loot the lockers. And you'll find some supplements and some other crafting items. And again, as I mentioned in all videos, we are playing this on the hard difficulty. So if you're playing on easier, I won't specifically call out the modes, but if you're playing on an easier difficulty, or even harder for that matter, you might not find the same exact collectibles As far as the crafting items, I shouldn't say collectibles. The crafting items and such. You will find all the same collectibles such as artifacts and tourist manuals and all of that, regardless of what difficulty you're playing on. Speaking of which, training manual number 2 is coming up. So this one's a nice one. It actually helps you upgrade your health kits, or gives you the ability to, I suppose. And there she blows, sitting behind the crusty old mattress. I wouldn't even go near that thing, but I guess times are a little different in the future. A little bit of brown and white on a foreign mattress doesn't seem to bother most. You've seen a few dead bodies, I guess. Alright, make sure you loot the locker in the corner. Find yourself a couple bullets, perhaps. And right outside, well, close by, I should say, the ambush map, Artifact 31, can be found sitting. Oh, look at that. Grab the arrows first. Grab the arrows first. You can find it on the wall right there. So that's a pretty easy one to miss, especially if you run in there and use the workbench, get all excited. Woo, I got some new stuff on my gun. Woo. Then you go running out of here. You know, it's pretty easy to miss. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and speed this up so y'all don't have to wait. Look at him go.
There we go.
Red Bull gives you wings. Alright, so once you're all squared away and you've looted everything and you're good to go, there is a door in the hallway. And we'll go ahead and open it. Open the doorsies. Okay. Well, now that we're out here, take a quick peek around, and you should find
Just keep moving.
nothing. So we'll go ahead and jump the wall.
All right. Here's the bridge.
Yeah,
That's
don't
our
forget
way
to
out
take a quick peek at that bridge. He says we're getting close, but between you and me, that shit's a long ways away still.
of here. How about you let me go?
Alright, as soon as you drop down, make sure you take a peek around. Again, different difficulties might have different stuff hanging out. But once you get all the way down, you drop straight out and across and find a supplement, a little flower plant, and a couple of crafting items back in the corner. And then once you start, oh yeah, don't forget about the other ones on the other corner. So check both your corners. And then once you start advancing, you'll see this bus here. And the bus is going to be kind enough to us to give us another comic book. We'll go ahead and take that. Pay no attention to the edit taking place in the background. Okay. Moving along now. All right, so this is important, and I also want to make note. If you miss this and you have not crossed the bus here in a minute, you can reset the engagement or whatever it is. I think that's what it's called. Reset the engagement on the menu there, and it'll bring you back to the beginning. That's what I did, and I was able to come back to this conversation because I missed it the first time. But you're going to want to make sure you talk to her because that is an important conversation. And she will make note of the bodies, and then you're going to want to run up to her and talk to her about them. So if you happen to miss it, like I did the first time, I jumped out of that bus and I started looting, and I was worried because I knew there were some baddies coming, which here they are right here. I had to go back. So hit the start button, and I didn't load anything. I didn't save anything. I went to the, I believe it's restart engagement or restart whatever it is. It's a funny word, and I'll remember it. And you guys are all laughing at me, and there'll probably be 100 comments telling me in 6 months from now. And by the end of this video, I'm sure I will have remembered. And although I do appreciate your updates, you know, I'm just bitching because I'm having a brain fart, and I got to make fun of myself so you guys don't have a chance to first. That's how we roll. So Ellie gets a little sketched out here, and I think it's this one. It might have been the time when I died. But she goes running off and like runs. Yeah, look at this. What the hell is she doing? Some of the AI movements are questionable. I do find out later, too, that it doesn't matter if you have a blowtorch and Ellie gets in your way. So that's nice. And a little shout out to Chief Slipping Tranny back there. If you're familiar with Chief Slipping Tranny, you are a pretty close friend of mine. Oh, there's another Chief Slipping Tranny. They're all over the place. And for those of you who don't know, an old roommate of mine, a good dear friend of mine, had an old Honda Civic, white one, just like that. And it had a transmission and automatic that slipped like you wouldn't believe. And so we called it Chief Slipping Tranny. All right, back to the story here. Before getting on this bus and climbing over, it is extremely important that you wait at least 20 seconds. Once you get to the bus and she makes a comment, you have to wait 20 seconds. And then she will pull out her joke book. You can see her doing right now. Some of these are pretty sketch. Like, I don't know how you would get some of these without help. You know, there was a couple of them that we found and that we feel that probably were, you know, not missable. But there are so many of these. I mean, like there's one coming up that you have to wait 2 minutes. You'll see. You'll see. So anyways, make sure you listen to the full jokes. As of this video recording, there is some glitches with some of the trophies. It may have something to do with the fact that people may not have listened to all of those all the way. We're not sure. We have not completed everything as of this recording, so we can't really verify one way or the other. But make sure you stick around and talk to them as long as possible. As soon as you drop down from the bus, you're going to look over to the right-hand side and see some graffiti behind some sandbags. If you wait, Ellie will walk up, and you'll see the little icon like you just did, and we'll go ahead and talk to her about that stuff. So chat it up to the and then behind the little guard shack post right here, you'll bend down, and guess what? Woody-hoo! Artifact 32! So, Lost Hill note. And now it gets a little sketchy. Now you can look around real quick, make sure there's nothing laying around. And once you go through, there's a turnstile here that we actually go through after a freaking maze. Felt like a mouse trapped in a maze here. I thought for sure we were going to get bombarded by a bunch of dudes or something. Nope, no sausage fest. So we'll go ahead and make our way through the bars of doom. No turning back now. At least I don't think there was. I didn't try to go back. All right, so there's a series of guys outside. It is very possible to take them down stealthily, and we are going to kind of show you how to do that. I do believe at one point we do get seen, but to be completely honest with you, I not only died once, but yeah, no, it's rough through here. And then I missed something coming up, or at least I thought I did. So I restarted the encounter. There we go, right? The encounter. Ha! Ha ha! And, yeah, when I did that, it actually took me all the way back here. So, I believe I've already made the edit. And I think me talking over it, acting like a dummy, fucking fooled you. So, mission success. Here's another, what appears to be Chief slipping training. Although this has flip-up headlights, that might be the equivalent of the Prelude in those early Honda years. All right, second guy down, continuing to use our bat-like sonar reflexes. We'll sneak up behind this unsuspecting douche waffle. Put a little syrup on him. Take him down. And, yeah. From here, we should be clear. If you're still showing guys on your radar, make sure you handle them. But if you're not, which as you can see, I'm not running into anybody. There are guys in the bookstore, so be careful not to be too out of control. But I was running around looking for stuff on the ground, but there is a map here as well. So we will get to the map here in a second. Boom. There she blows, sitting on the wall behind us. And to be completely honest with you, I was going to edit that in a way that did not work out. So that's why you get to see me do that. Whee! See, look, you get to find out where all these collectibles are, and you get an editing lesson in video. So you're welcome. It's free of charge. All right, so once you get the poster on the wall back there, you're going to sneak around the left side alley. And be careful, because there's a couple dickheads right inside there that definitely want to get a piece of yo ass. They are looking for you and your little girl, too. And so be careful, go slow, and grab that Firefly Pendant and skip the downstairs, actually. You most certainly could attack it from that angle, but I recommend going upstairs. Once you get upstairs, there's, I believe, 4 guys. I think there's 1 in each corner. And then you got to remember, there are guys downstairs, too. The reason I suggest upstairs is, 1, the advantage, because if you can clear the upstairs, then the 4 guys downstairs only have 4 guys downstairs. There's not going to be 8 guys running downstairs or running around downstairs. Because I believe there's 3 or 4 guys downstairs. My math not so good. But essentially, if you take these 4 guys out, then they can't spot you from above either. So if you see they kind of walk back and forth along this upper row, you know, it's not really worth getting spotted. So we take these guys out. This guy goes on a serious walk in the park over here. We'll go ahead and take that health because we are in need of it. And we'll take him down too. Now be careful because the angles of these guys are kind of crazy. Even though sometimes you will seem like you are a long ways away, the guy will see you. And other times you will be really close and he won't see you either. All right, if you haven't noticed, we did speed this up just a little bit more than normal just so we can kind of get through this a little faster. Back in that corner behind us, there is a Shiv Door, but we will get back to that in a second. See what I'm saying? That dude was stupid. We walked right up on him. Like, if that was me, I would have seen his ass. I mean, I wasn't looking right at him, but my peripheral would have picked him up and I would have taken him out. Or at least been like, hey, everybody. So once I got down to the last guy, he looked like he might get a sight on me. So I picked up a bottle and tossed it and took him down. Got to be careful with bottles because although you might be just trying to distract one, you might get the attention of 3 or 4. Before going down and trying to advance the guys downstairs, I decided to go ahead and take out this Shiv Door right now. So make sure you got a full Shiv. If not, go ahead and craft one. You can see that I was unprepared as well, but I go ahead and make a couple, and that's how we roll. All right, pop it open like the hoodlum we are. Once inside, start pilfering everything you see. Along the way, you will pick up the Lost Areas map, which happens to be Artifact 34. Woot woot! Yeah, and there's also a nice melee weapon in there. A little bit more sturdy than that old 2x4 we had in our back. The old days of Hacksaw Jim Duggan are over. We're moving up. Bigger things. Know what I'm saying? Okay, day. So now we're heading down the back side staircase. There are actually quite a few guys. I know that earlier I mentioned there was 3 or 4 guys downstairs, but there are actually like 5 or 6 guys. And depending on how you go about it and how your timing is and if you decided to get that Shiv Door or not, they're all going to be in a little bit different places. So my best recommendation is to try and follow this video because it worked for us. But on top of that, just be stealth and be careful and keep using your radar. You know, ping those guys as much as you can because you will find yourself thinking you're going to get one guy. Oh, here he comes. And then all of a sudden another guy will come up. And last thing you want to do is get seen like I just did right there. Luckily, I smashed his face in before he could holler out to his pals. But, you know, that's cutting it pretty close. So make your way around the room, taking out everybody. And, you know, by the end of this, you will have quite a few baddies under your belt. We are coming up on a collectible. And again, as a reminder, we have the fast forward quick links down below if you're in a hurry or just simply looking for a specific item or whatever the case may be. You know, and feel free to reference the name of the item with the number of the item on our website. We have a full list of collectibles and a full walkthrough that was put together by our own Dougie Fresh. Woot woot! So check it out, HappyThumbsGaming.com. Up on the top, you'll see a button that says Trophy Achievement Guides. Go ahead and click that, and it'll take you to it. All right, before we get too far here, you're going to want to make sure that inside this room on the shelf there, you grab that collectible. Now, I'd mentioned before that there was a lot of guys down here. At one point, I actually died, and as a result, it reset a lot of these guys for me. So what you're seeing now is more than likely a reset of all of the characters on the bottom here. I can't be sure of this because I beat it and I moved on, and I never really came to the bottom. This may be all the upstairs and the downstairs guys. Regardless, we kind of lure them all one by one into this room, and I'm not sure if we got really lucky, if this was just a random fluke or what, but our timing was just absolutely perfect. And as you can see, just one by one, They're coming in, and I'm choking them out. Come on, guys. Let's play Choke the Chicken. Woo. That dude did not go down as easy as what hoped. All right, and that guy definitely saw. So the jig is up. We got to actually get loud and proud now, but it's all good because guess what? He was one of the last dudes, and we take him out, and we steal his drink, put a rag in it, and we turn it into a weapon. And, okay, now the main reason why we even bothered coming downstairs, because we're going to leave here in a second, is under the stairs in the opposite corner of where we came down, you will find artifact number 36. So we'll go ahead and toss that in the bag and head back upstairs. You can go whichever way you prefer. We actually doubled back all the way across the floor and then headed upstairs. And now we back upstairs. And if you haven't already, hit that Shiv Door up. And here's where it gets tricky. We don't know specifically if you have to be right where we are, but we were told you did. So we recommend you go upstairs and you wait right by this double door entry. And, you know, just kind of sit there. She will totally camp out, jump up there, and hang out. And after, I don't know, a couple minutes, maybe 30 seconds, we got this sped up a little bit, she'll pull out her joke book. So if she doesn't do it within like 2 or 3 minutes, then you might have missed your window of opportunity, and you might have to reload the encounter. And once you get done with this, though, that will be Ellie Joke number 2 that we will have under our belt, and we can move on out the backside. So we're actually getting pretty close. I told you this video was packed with all sorts of action and goodies. To save a little bit of time, we went turbo. So out back, just make sure that you take a peek in the corners, because, again, you never know what you'll find. And then coming up here in a second, we'll get back to the slow-mo, or the regular mode. Don't forget to grab the supplements by the garbage can there. And once you get out in the open here, a little cutscene will kick, and you'll see some baddies run across. And you're going to want to make sure that you wait for them to pass and then slowly advance up. But before doing that, there is a couple of important things back here. You're going to want to grab all of your crafting items that you'll find behind the planter box. And then you'll notice that Ellie's walking up to the pink bathing suit poster, which I am mad at her, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and talk to her. And I highly recommend following her back there and then going and getting the crafting items, because you don't want to miss out. You actually have plenty of time to get the crafting items right now, because after you talk to her, if you wait 2 minutes, it literally is 2 minutes, you have to wait before she makes her way all the way around and she gets to that last corner over there and she pulls out her joke book. So we severely sped that up so that you wouldn't have to wait the 2 minutes. But as you could tell, you know, she was going pretty fast. She drank her Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? And so she'll tell some jokes, and then that'll be Ellie Joke number 3, which is nice. And then we actually only have 2 more collectibles that we can grab. So, but we do also have a Shiv Door. So we got a couple more things ahead of us. Once she gets done, like I said, make sure that you stay as long as you can. I'm assuming there's going to be a patch that comes out and fixes all these trophies, but generally the patches don't retroactively fix things. So you probably won't patch it and then all of a sudden get trophies pop. You will probably have to achieve these things again, which is kind of crappy. All right, Shiv Door is open, so we can mark that off our list as well. Inside, you will find Artifact 37, which is a letter from your mom. How nice. And she didn't mention us in that letter, did she? I sure hope not. I'd hate to ruin our relationship that we've been building over the last almost 2 years. Can you believe that? Happy Thumbs is almost 2 years old. That is absolutely insane to me. Still seems like we're the new guy on the block. But thanks to you guys and all your support, we continue to grow, and it makes everything worthwhile. October 2013 will be our 2 years. If this is later than that, then hurrah, we are older than 2 years. Yay! All right, get your swim on. If you're lucky and you pre-ordered from GameStop, you get the Speedo edition. No, I'm just playing. There's no Speedo edition. Nobody wants to see Joel in a Speedo, right? Okay. I know some of you are thinking, now Ellie. But now, people. Ellie's quite young. And obviously, Joel needs some swim lessons. I was having troubles with this. You know, again, one could call fault of the game, but I'm going to call user error here. Definitely have some issues with the way those pallet controls are at times, and even the dumpsters. There are those moments where you got to grab a dumpster or some sort of an object and slide it around. And, you know, a couple times I was real good with them, but a couple times I had a hell of a time. So, you know, we felt bad that Ellie had never been to Disneyland, so we wanted to make sure that she got the full experience of, you know, stuff like the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Jungle Boat. And so anyways, we gave her a nice little pallet ride in a jungle area with, you know, real-life threats around, so she'd get kind of the feeling of what it was all about. If you've ever been to Disneyland, you know what I'm saying. Wrong one. Wrong side, dude. Wrong side. Urch. Flip the script. On to the yeah. All right. So we wasted some time there. We didn't have to go on the old Jungle Boat, but we did. And now what essentially is going to happen now, there was a plank, and she's going to move that plank across so that we can get across ourselves. Once you are inside this bar, you're going to want to get behind and open the safe, even though it's not really a safe. And check for items, because you never know what you might find. I find some craftable items, but I'm full, so I'm going to go ahead and make some stuff real quick. Excuse me while I change into something a little more comfortable. And once you get everything from downstairs, you're going to want to head back to the water and then go back up to the staircase. Climb them stairs. Who needs a Stairmaster, right? On the second floor, take a peek around. If you're looking for a bottle, you've now completed your journey. And over in the side of the room, there's a couple crafting items. Oh, look at that. A supplement. And Booyaka Shao. Artifact 38, the stash note. And if you look real carefully, it talks about marked a red X. So for those of you who had not found the stash or the Shiv Door back there, that is what it was referring to. It kind of gives you a hint. So it's kind of nice that not all of the items are totally hidden and needing a rocket science degree to find. Kind of like some of these Ellie jokes and optional conversations. All right, well, ladies and gents, that'll wrap up The Last of Us Level 5 Pittsburgh walkthrough part 1, where we have a whole ton of things that we could cover again, but we just went over it in a 30-minute video. So you know what the deal is. Head on over to Facebook and Twitter. You know, like us, tweet to us, follow us, subscribe to us, comment to us, come to our website, view us, do whatever you guys want. We're here for you. We want to know, though, what's cracking. The more feedback you give us, the more we can help and more cater to your guys' needs. So feel free to drop us a line and tell us so we can improve. You know the deal. We'll be getting this next video out soon if it's not already up. And until then, boom, 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 boom.